Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Nine Sols, where today we have delved into the research center. But before we go any further, I'm just going to pop back to the pavilion and see if Kwafu has finished building whatever he was building us. Because if it's some kind of weapon, I sure would like to have it, please. And it looks like no, he would have a bubble over his head, right? Is it something I actually have to purchase? No. Just doesn't have it. Okay, well, I guess we're still waiting. Do you have time for one more game before I leave? Of course I do. This could well be our last game. Huh? What did you say? Nothing. Let's start. Obviously, Yi also is recognizing the signs of the plot being almost over. Hey, Yi. Even though you haven't told me anything, I know. Know what? I overheard some of the stuff you guys were discussing. I know a lot of things are happening outside, and I know your people aren't doing that good. Is it because I'm not strong enough? Is that why you won't let me help? Oh, you're overthinking it. No one can help me out of this situation. You know, I used to think I could turn things around, but the truth is I can't do anything. That doesn't really sound like the Yi I know. Well, if only I had known it would be all in vain. I'm starting to envy those that stayed behind. Really? But if I never met you, I'd just be alone. Huh. If it weren't for me, you'd be living a much better life. Maybe, but I wouldn't want that. I would be super bored without you, Yi. That kind of life would be meaningless to me. What makes something meaningful, anyway? I can think of a whole lot off the top of my head, but you might not think much of them. Try me. I want to hear it from you. Like, remember that one day when the weather was perfect and we slept on the grass till the sun went down? Yeah, that was a really good nap. And that other time we had a huge fight over that stolen grilled fish. We didn't talk for 2 whole days after that. Yeah, I never understood why you got so angry over it. Or that one night when I fell asleep while you were telling me a story. You just kept going till the morning because you didn't notice. But aren't these more like memories? Well, I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but I think the meaning of life is pieced together by a mix of happy, angry, and even sad moments. Living life itself, is that the meaning? You know, it's taken me a while, but I think I'm finally starting to understand it. I think it should be felt, not understood. Like when playing Cancun. Oh, am I going to win? You are. I already knew I wasn't going to win halfway through. Congratulations. Now you can find your next opponent. No way. I'm not playing to win. I just want to have fun with you, Yi. Not playing to win. I really have a lot to learn. It's very sweet. It's a little pat and cliche, but it's very sweet. So, I mean, I don't really want to... I don't know. It doesn't feel right to recycle the passenger tokens. Maybe I should just stop being weird about it, but... Yeah, I don't... It doesn't feel right. So we almost have enough money for that, and almost is how it will have to stay. Kwafu, I don't suppose the time we were playing that game was enough time for you to figure shit out? Nope. Okay. All right, well then, back to it we go. Oh, except you get a new map chip. I do remember picking up a broken assistive robot before takeoff. Shanghai 9000 not broken. Shanghai 9000, good as new. Only one goal since rolling out of the factory. Before goal is complete, Shanghai 9000 won't go. Last map data. For you. Okay, last map data. So we really are like... We really are bringing it to an end, huh? Okay, nothing down there. I am missing, it turns out, a lot of stuff. A lot of it might be related to that door that we can't get through. A thing that was mentioned here is that my people are not doing too well, and I haven't gone back there in a while because nobody said anything about it. But I am wondering if we should be periodically checking in on the folks that have sheltered in the dock. It's out of the way, and it's like, if there's no... Oh, you guys are just kind of spreading out all over the place, huh? If there's no exterior notification to come visit them, then it's hard for me to, you know... I don't remember they're here most of the time, I don't think. Well, okay, they are fanning out, but it seems like that's all that's really going on. Yeah, okay. Then back to what I was doing. And by what I was doing, I mean, I'm starting to worry that maybe now going into the research center is even more moving toward the end than I thought it was. So why don't we back up a second. And roll up into the Imperium Sanctum District up here, because there, I think, are still some areas on this map that we can break into yet. And we can probably put some more mutants to rest. So there's something up there. Okay. Just going to the left should bring me something. But that's not where... We gotta figure out where the appropriate dude is for that. You. Try to farm some key charges here. God, you can be really, really late on your block and still get perfect timing. I was trying to see how far I could let it go there. Oh, come on. So, yeah, there's clearly something over here, so I want to get up on this roof if we can. Ow. Come on, you. I love to watch them explode in the background. Oh, interesting. Nope, okay. It turns out this is something you can just run across. I thought they were going to make me use this guy to, you know, do some aerial parries to cover the distance. But that wire is something you can absolutely just run across. Okay, no more IDs. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that maybe it was going to be the case that each unique mutant would have an ID card. Right, and so we would have like a compelling reason to put each of them to rest, and then they would be like actually gone permanently, but apparently they don't have, they don't quite have the chutzpah for that, not all the way. Hey, that could have been really bad, actually. Alright, what does the area to the left of this look like? Okay, the thing is right out in the open. Probably smoke. Stop moving around. Kind of coward doesn't just let their opponent mash sword strikes on them. Okay, so that clears out that area, and it's not actually anything interesting in here, but at least we've opened it up and filled in the map. And then there's this. Oh. Huh. That feels bugged. Let me go rest and see if it'll reset that. Because that guy died, but it didn't kill the, it didn't track down to the floor. Hopefully this will respawn the eye stalk. It didn't. Ah, but it did despawn the wall. Okay. I'll count that. Alright, there's one who had a tag. A token carried by Solarians. This is Zipu. New Kunlun's a great environment to be in, but I'm finding my bed to be a little uncomfortable. Good thing I brought my own small pillow. No one will be able to wake me once I enter hibernation. But if we do find the cure to Tianhuo, how will I know whether it's a dream or reality? Prescient, my friend. A prescient concern. Okay, so we opened that up. We got that, and it looks like that has completed this area for us. And I think... Ow. I think heading down from here is the fastest way to get to a node. Although I'm not sure I took the right floor. Whatever. We'll see what it looks like. Yeah, this is pretty good. So as things stand right now, there's no obvious places that we've not been here, except for that I don't know how to get in there. So we may as well. Skills. Sure. Gain some Azure Sand. Let's just go ahead and pavilion here and then back out to the node that's in the actual research center. And once again, just real quick. Nope. No new information bubble. What a shame. I have no idea how the game measures the passage of time relative to such things. If it's like some number of total gameplay hours, or if it's some number of real world hours, or if it's plot events. I'm assuming my assumption is it's plot events. My lord, you are not far from the last soul, Igong. She is the final hurdle in the way of you obtaining all the soul seals. This last encounter is filled with unknown variables, so make sure you're fully prepared. I also suggest tying up any unfinished business to minimize any risk later down the road. Yeah, I think we're as tied up as we're getting. I think that's what I just went and did. Well, I guess, you know what I do have is 4,000 Jin. We can at the very least go back and turn this into some computing power. I should have done this before leaving. Yeah, Xuan's drawings all over the place are a delight. Alright, I am not recycling the memories of these people. We can do without. Hold on now. What is this? Ye, let me unveil my new creation. Ta-da! A future predictor. What is this monstrosity? Rude. This machine is the culmination of everything I've learned. And what is it supposed to do? It's a future predictor. It predicts the future. It's dangerous out there, so I thought this might help. A predictor, you say? Well, how does it work? It's just a robot that generates random responses. I think it can be pretty accurate sometimes. Try it for yourself. I'll turn it on for you. My predictions say that you will get lost out there. Don't worry, I get lost all the time. Wait, this is a Shanghai 9000. Where'd you get these parts? Well, I got them from Chio. Don't tell me he dismantled them. All that Jin wasted. Do you know who these parts belong to? Yeah, sometimes I can hear them pleading for mercy. It's pretty creepy. Yeah, yes, I agree. That is pretty creepy. You will be surrounded on all sides and hacked to death. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. It's not like I want to congratulate you, but you'll pick up a good item. Did you? Okay. No new options here. Okay. We might want to rebalance our jades just a little bit, especially if it looks like we're coming up on like a pivotal combat here. Was there anything from you that I wanted to buy? Gain some health when killing enemies with talisman explosions. I mean, at this point, Transmute unto Wealth has done a lot of good work for us over the course of the game. But probably it makes more sense to transmute onto Life if if we're encountering difficult enemies. So let's reconfigure myself out of making maximum money mode. Okay. Transmute into Life has already been equipped. And right, I gotta go to the node. Okay. So I don't need increased Jin collection radius. I don't need Avarice Jade. So now we have room for some actual combat key charges. Consumed 2 key charges on the third hit of Triple Slash to inflict much higher damage. I am kind of interested in this. I'm really curious how effective that's going to be. And then downward dash jade. Performing a precise parry will immediately charge your charge strike. Oops. Didn't mean to back out of that. Yeah, I think I'm okay. So honestly, like, maybe we'll put on the swift descent. Yeah, just for mobility purposes. And then with that, I do think we are. Is there any place else that I'm missing like a ton of stuff? I am missing a weird amount of stuff in the living area, considering. But again, it might be behind that one door. And maybe I should be able to open that door at this point. But I don't feel like I've restored lighting and stuff. Oh no, that door's in the research center anyway. Yeah. I don't know. One thing I'm doing, I'm just like real quick looking for places where I have anything missing except for loot bags. The greater secrets. And it seems like there are very few. Not zero, but very few. Yeah, that's 202. Wasn't there... Was I not just looking at... Yeah, this. Let me pop in here one more time. It does feel like we're missing a lot for just not being able to get into one room. Am I sure that that is all that we are missing on the map? Yeah, on the map, yeah, that is, it looks like that, yeah. Alright, trust it for the moment. Back to the research center. To actually make forward progress for a change. I hope I don't seem too reluctant to move forward. It's just, you know, there's a lot going on in this game. And we've received a take care of your private business notice, so. That sadly would have to be broken from the other side. So just keep an eye out for anywhere that the other side of that could be. I love a good shadow strike. This looks important. Recording device. Log number 184. Origin era, year 450, winter 1 of 20. I have never seen a catastrophe like this. Tianhua will spread all throughout Penglai. No Solarian will be spared, including myself. However, during this chaotic time, the Tiandao Council was able to maneuver itself to the top. And this has helped us secure an unprecedented amount of support and resources. Our new Kunlun Research Center will bring back all the Fengshi technologies. I must live up to everyone's hopes and find that cure. That is our current mission. The world will know that science is our only hope. And then, presumably sometime later, log 219. Origin era, year 452, spring 4 of 8. While I was speaking in the Jia Kingdom, a severely injured young boy was put in front of me. He had suffered serious injuries from an explosion. I did not expect him to survive to the next day. Miraculously, it seemed like the primordial roots was helping him regenerate the damaged organs and tissue. Using my rhizomatic stabilizer, the young man not only made a full recovery, his body also exhibited an unprecedented symbiosis between Solarian cells and genetic material from the primordial roots. This data may lead us to even more breakthroughs. Have I been blessed by the heavens? You know, there are a lot of angles from which that doesn't look particularly like a blessing. Not quite able to reach up to that. They're very careful with the jump heights. This area is shaped kind of similarly to some other stuff that we've seen. Okay, sometime later still, log 342. Origin era, year 468, winter 12 of 23. Fantastic! We found a new ray of hope on the eve of the launch. Our research was totally misguided. We needed not rely on the primordial roots to eternal life for our Solarians. With data from G's cells, we'll not only develop a serum for Tianhuo, we'll also be able to achieve true immortality. I believe we can overcome any and all challenges we face. A Solarian that can live for thousands of years without any genetic modification. Oh, the source of G's vitality differs vastly from that of Kangui or Yi. But this information needs to be concealed, especially from Yi. We can't afford any more missteps at this juncture. Well, I'm getting the feeling that they don't trust me. Number 387. Foundation era, year 2, autumn 1023. Despite not meeting expectations, we already have a prototype for the cure. The next step will be to test the cure on our test subjects. After several rounds of observation, adjustment, and additional testing, we should be able to perfect the serum. Solarian clinical tests take a massive amount of time to conclude. Luckily, the Eternal Cauldron Project has brought us that precious time. In the end, the credit still goes to Yi. Where did it all go wrong? As your mentor, I thought you'd understand. They sure do love my ridiculous cauldron. No, get up, Yi, up, ah! Fuck you. Okay, wow. Log 590. Foundation era, year 37, winter 2 of 15. It's still unclear if one can be completely cured of Tianhuo, but there are no doubts regarding the effectiveness of the serum. Based on our reports, Tianhuo growth seems to have been suppressed in Dusk Guardians who have received the serum. However, it is worth noting that a very small percentage of test subjects experienced secondary mutations. And these mutations have led the affected Solarians to take on a new form. What follows is a loss of sanity and an increase in violent behavior. And this is a completely new development that will require further observation. And I suppose they sat in observation for an awfully long time. Log 1118. Foundation era, year 125, spring 5 of 27. Waking up from the soulscape over and over again has taken a toll on my body. Solarians exhibiting the secondary mutations, now referred to as mutants, have demonstrated some incredible abilities. With the roots genes already present in Tianhuo, some mutants have been able to infect and devour a part of the primordial roots. Through that connection, these mutants are functionally immortal. Data corrupted. That's a shame. She was talking about some stuff that was actually interesting for a change. Okay, gap's getting larger and larger. Here's 1999. Foundation era, year 259, summer, age 12. Damn soulscape. My head feels like it's about to explode. Returning to our report, the mutants seem to exhibit some collective consciousness. They share information and act as a group to the point of being energy efficient and coordinated to an extreme degree. This phenomenon goes beyond our traditional understanding of life forms. We may be on the cusp of discovering a whole new type of organism. Data corrupted. Well, ain't that always the way? And finally, log 2501, Foundation era, year 351. We have concluded our clinical tests after no new qualitative changes were observed. 90% of those who received the serum failed to recover from Tianhuo. The remaining 10% turned into mutants. How are we supposed to find the solution? Ow. I mean, that sounds really difficult for you. They really are laying the ammo containers on pretty thick here. Ow. Okay. Not ideal. I guess it's probably worth smoking for. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Have a lot of monitor pulls of the destruction. Also, a couple of more recently dead bodies. Don't know how that happened. And here, theoretically, the computer system that contains the final Sol seal. Wish I could say I was surprised about this. It's a relatively clever way of of utilizing the mechanics of your storytelling that you've built up. It is maybe a little bit obvious, but I think it's still good. I think it works. So this is where you were hiding. You weren't easy to find. I really didn't expect to see you again, Yi. I'm sure you didn't enter my soulscape just to say hello. No, I'm here to patch up my regrets. Have you forgotten already? We were separated in such a hurry, I didn't have time to properly say goodbye to my old mentor. Ha! What a sentimental disciple you are. It has been 509 years since we last parted, hasn't it? Now, back then, if I was able to convince you, things might not have developed this way. Spare me the empty speculation. If we could go back in time, I would simply behead you with my sword. Yeah, I've watched you murder the Sauls one after the other. I don't even recognize you anymore behind your bloodlust. You were my favorite student, so curious about the world and eager to learn science. Don't you remember? You came up with the Eternal Cauldron and brought hope to all Solarians. That hope should not have been based on lies. People have a right to the truth. That's what you taught me. You were the one who betrayed everything you believed in. Wrong. As a scientist, I knew from the very beginning that it was important to solve problems in a practical manner. Truth and lies mean nothing compared to a Solarian's life. Forgive me for asking, but do you think Tianhua will just disappear once you have taken all the Sol Seals? Or do you plan on waking everyone up just to die together back in Penglai? Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna not even acknowledge that I'm thinking about this outside of the fight. Overthrowing you in the council is a start. And you are sure this won't just lead to another disaster? I have indeed made mistakes in the past. That's why I spent the last few centuries trying to make amends. Right now, I am the only one who can make things right. No matter how much you hate me, this is an indisputable fact. You're not in a position to say any of that. Did that strike a nerve? That's only because deep down you know I'm right. Yi, are you doing this on behalf of all Solarians, or is this a personal vendetta? Don't talk like you know me. I think Yi is still, like, the, being face-to-face with Aigong a lot has got his emotions very close to the surface. You know, he thinks he has things under control for a lot of the adventure, and we have seen him take actions in anger that suggest that maybe that's not as true as he would like it to be. And here, I think, like, the facade completely falls apart. Deny it all you like, but the mentor always has a handle over the student. I don't think there's any meaning in continuing this idle chatter. I agree. Draw your sword. I won't lose to you this time. I admire your confidence, but don't forget, this is my soulscape. Do you recall the first key point from the Fangxi Art of War? Is it spearmen are good, or perhaps you have to feed your troops? All warfare is based on deception. Ah, yes, the third point that Art of War makes, which is that if you're going to attack someone and they ask you about it, you should probably think about lying to them. It is such a simple and straightforward book. It's so funny that it has this reputation as being like this book of brilliant tactics, or like you can use this to become a hardcore ruthless businessman, because it really is just like, it's a book written by a strategist for the dumbest imperial sons to be able to read it and at least hold their own in war. It's like, you should use spear troops. Spear troops are good. You have to feed your soldiers. That's like really important. Most of it is about feeding your soldiers. And then like if you're going to attack and you'll obviously lose, don't consider not attacking in that situation. You have always been an excellent pupil. Yeah, I don't know why he would think it was a good idea to challenge her here. I seized control of your nerve centers the moment you entered this realm. Even I didn't think you'd pull such a dirty trick. Why? Yi, why? In fact, I was just thinking about how I would obtain the permissions to usher in the new era. The heavens must have sent you to assist me, and for that you have my gratitude. You planned this from the start. So then those mutants... No way. There were many accidents along the way, but I finally understand the purpose of it all. Everything, including your betrayal, ended up working in my favor. Sleep peacefully, my child, for this nightmare is about to end. Okay, but what if for reasons that I don't fully understand, I'm literally unable to die? Is that going to be a problem? Is that going to affect this plan at all? And then Yi took a nap, I guess. Yi?
King?
Hey, is that you? I've been thinking about a lot lately. What do you mean? Why are you here? I'm sorry, but I can't leave with you. What did you say? I'm not going with you. I want to stay. Wait, what happened? What's making you say such a stupid thing? I'm serious. You will die if you stay here. Don't you know that? I know, but I can't imagine my life ending anywhere other than in Penglai. Well, at New Kunlun, we will find a way to end this virus. You won't have to fear Tianhuo. But ultimately, we're all mortal, and I hope to complete my journey within the Great Tao.
Wait.
There you go again with that gibberish. Do you not want to live anymore? Well, of course I want to live. How could I not want to spend the rest of my days with you? But Yi, I don't want to run away. Life and death are part of an inseparable whole. We must live well and be willing to accept death's embrace when it inevitably comes. Back then, the primordial roots extended your life. The one that saved me was my mentor. Why do you think I worked so hard to study science for all these years? I thought you, of all people, would understand. Why would you betray me like this? I've always saved the best of everything for you. No, you just assumed what I wanted. You never bothered to ask me. You keep saying it's all for me, but really, it's always been about what you want. So, everything I've done up to now was just my own wishful thinking. Yeah, I get it now. Is that what's been going through your head? I should have known. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. It's okay. I think you made your point loud and clear. Let me do the same. I will come back to the village one last time before takeoff. If, after giving it some thought, you still decide not to come, then you're gone to me. I never had a little sister. What? How could you say something like that? You're all I have left. Well, I'd rather forget about you than approve of you rotting with the rest of the lunatics on Penglai. Why? Doesn't matter. You're not at fault, and I'm not at fault. Does not seem like he really believes that. Yes. None of us were at fault. We just made different choices. But you never came back. Why? Why did you leave me behind? I didn't. When the curtain falls, none of us are really at fault. I don't know. You have to be using a pretty wild definition of at fault for none of us to be at fault for. We are souls, outshining all species, leeching off bygone glory to fuel our brilliance. We are survivors. Our feverish flames have failed to forge hope, inflicting blistering pain with each searing embrace. We are martyrs, working in vain, painting our colors across the sky over and over again, probing and feeling. Night descends, and our light is already faded. Right and wrong fade away in the twilight. The sky is getting dark. No one's at fault, for we are only Sauls. Yeah, I can absolutely see how a person would grow philosophically totally sick of this shit. I knew you were here, Yi. Aren't you excited for dinner tonight? Yi, you're finally awake. Is that you, Xuan? Can you hear me, Yi? Where have you been? We were attacked. The Four Seasons Pavilion. How? I knew it was going to happen. Obviously, it was going to happen. Are you in danger? Those metallic monsters suddenly came in and... Wait, I think they're back. Alright, find a place to hide. Quickly. Xuan? Xuan, are you there? Answer me. Well, hopefully he found a place to hide quickly. So, right now, we don't have any of our seals. Should I hack what am I? Okay. This is just another recording device, of course, with some logs that I did not look at before. Log 3024. Foundation era. Forget it. It doesn't matter anymore. I've looked over all my past research data. Perhaps there was something we didn't account for. Why were we even researching immortality in the first place? Data corrupted. I mean, I would think that the reason for that would be pretty obvious. No. There has to be an explanation, and I will find the answer. Scientific questions always yield answers. I must have missed something crucial. There are Solarians and their soulscapes just waiting for me to come save them. All my sacrifices will eventually pay off. This process could be a little slicker, a little faster. That's right, I've been a fool. The mutations are the key. Oh, to think that I wasted all this time. The existence of the mutants gives us a whole new paradigm to view life in our universe. Data corrupted. Hopefully she didn't go on about it too much there. Maybe she's still going on about it in this next entry, which is only like 50 away. Data corrupted. Okay, fair enough. Alright, what about the last one? I finally understand. Tianhua was never supposed to be a disaster. It's a trial and a gift from the universe to all Solarians. The mutations will allow Solarians to unlock the next stage in our evolution. This is my destiny, to lead all Solarians toward their immortal futures. How incredibly profound. Yeah? Okay, I actually want to go up here. Oh, there is indeed a little thing in the ceiling. I'm glad I looked at the map. I've played a survival horror game before. I know what this portends. Guess what, nerds? I just got a sandbag. Alright, so that should do you in. I'm getting into fights with enemies that I can't yet see. Everybody's like, damn it. Everybody's like, we make a martial arts thing. We gotta have a hallway sequence. Old Boy had a hallway sequence. We gotta be like Old Boy. But you know what? The dude in Old Boy, whose name I am forgetting, was in control of the speed of the events in the camera, you know? There we go. That should... Oh, well... Got there eventually, maybe in a slightly worse shape than I was hoping. I think the enemy who killed us will have our loot just sort of floating inside him, right? Yeah, this thing where I can't see my health sucks, though. Gotta make sure we're dealing with the zombies first. Oh, or it's just laying on the ground in approximately the right location. Alright, I feel pretty good about using an arrow there. Okay, that should get you. Okay, I'll speed things up a little bit. You know, I don't know where I'm at health-wise. I'm just gonna pipe just in case. I definitely have taken a hit or two. For real though, the auto-scrolling is bad. You know what? Once again, not sure exactly where I'm at health-wise, but let's just be safe-ish. Swing at me. Okay. Clean enough. I probably wasted some health resources there, but overall, clean enough. Ah, you know what? Why take the odds? Why take the chance, right? Okay. Well, whatever. I'll take it. We just need to get out of here, right? I don't need to actually kill everybody. That said, I'm going to let this guy charge up my key charges, what I was about to say. I didn't start hitting the parries a little better, though. Okay, so I'm just trying to get out of here. I've not actually gone up. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, yeah, just a path to let you avoid being on the floor the whole time. Also, this looks handy. I see. Okay. I will wait politely for my turn to enter the machine. Huh. Please heal me. Thank you. I knew it. I knew there was going to be a fucking trick. All right. Oh, fuck that thing for turning around. It wound up its attack and I dashed through and I should have been fine. And instead I wasn't, and I'm mad about it. Now I gotta go rescue the cats all over again. What I've learned here is that there is little to no reason to engage in combat with these guys. Oh, except I do need to, okay, cool. Just get comboed to pieces. Alright, does this need to be hacked again? Or are the cats already unveiled? Okay, turns out it's already good. Well worth an arrow or two, I think. Don't be afraid to use them. thought I was going to clean through that. Okay, that'll blow you up and heal me a little tiny bit. It really isn't very much. Oh, god damn it. It does suck that my my sort of like emergency health thing had been popped by me getting dived by 18 different zombies in a big sequence on the way up. Ah, this sucks. Nope. Okay. So I should be able to make it the rest of the way without taking any more hits. I'll even smoke here. Okay. It's a shame those guys don't do anything you can parry. It's also a shame that these larger enemies can just walk toward you and deal damage to you because their claw always has a hitbox, even when it's not in an attack. This is where the thing with my third strike, consuming 2 key charges of dealing damage, is actually like causing me problems. Did you just not get talismaned? That's weird. Ah, wrong direction. You know what? Why am I accepting being so low on health? Okay, that should kill. Wait, but the cats. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Goal here is fully just to knock them down so that I can go and double check the cat hack. It might be a thing you can only do the first, like your first time through, in which case I'm going to be pretty annoyed that I managed to miss it by what was probably like quite a small amount. No, my impatience. My sweet, sweet cat Easter egg, potentially. Ow. Yep, the thing is not here to hack. And I do believe this is the machine where... Oh, no, this is just... Maybe it was one of the machines downstairs that have put the cats around? I don't know. And this is just a message I didn't read the first time, but it doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't say anything particularly interesting or new. Yep, we moved resources to the Eternal Cauldron project. It bought us time to do everything else. This is all stuff that we knew. Ah. Get dead. You want to come over here and just like make my life a little bit easier, please? There, okay. Why's everything gotta be so difficult, y'all? Okay, there. We're all clear. More recording devices. Log number 1. Origin era, year 434, spring 35. Under both the pressure and expectations of the Council, I have fully devoted myself to the Immortality Project. If I fail to yield positive results once more, the Feng clan might pull their funding. This has been a personal dream of mine, so I cannot fail in this last-ditch effort. This decision of theirs to have, like, this sort of climactic moment of plot and this, like, horror moment punctuated by 6 different computers where you stop and read text that is sequestered over 3 different messages that you have to maneuver to on a screen and stuff. It's like, I don't know if they could possibly have done a thing that would ruin the momentum more. Just, like, really, a lot of really bizarre design decisions in this game. I'll start by researching the cells for the primordial roots Fusang for any clues. Year 4, okay, come on. After 10 years of unrelenting research, we have finally made a critical breakthrough in the synthesis between Solarian cells and the roots regeneration cells. This is our first step toward immortality and a victory toward science. This research may even become a turning point and encourage people to embrace science and technology. It may be our greatest accomplishment since Lear passed away. I think, like, also, it feels really annoying because of the fact that it is metered out. Like, if they gave you all the text to read at once, if it was one big log page, that would be one thing. And I think it would be a lot easier to just go through it. But because it feels like you want to be gaining some momentum, you want to be escaping or fighting or doing something, and it's just like, nope, stop again. Then lets you get started, then it goes, nope, stop again. That creates a lot more resentment every time you see another one of these consoles. You're like, oh my god, 3 more of these messages that have, like, there's this get in time and this get out time, and mostly they don't say anything interesting, and a lot of it's stuff that we, more or less already knew. All test subjects have developed symptoms of rejection and are dying one after the other. The cause is a hitherto unknown virus that was accidentally synthesized during the gene editing process. It has been codenamed Tianhuo. The virus is contagious, but we have neither isolated it nor found its transmission vectors. Once the infected pass away, flowers blossom from their corpses, allowing the virus to propagate itself. Okay. And also, I know, but also okay. Ah, my face. Well, hold on, that's not what I meant to do. So I was really hoping we were going to find a way to get the lights back on, in the hope that that was going to, send power up to the upstairs area. But, no such luck, it would seem. Ah, come on. Yeah, it's like a cool, scary monster the first time. Come on, you. Up and at him. And then I take damage from his spikes, waiting for him to move forward, because the hitbox is always active. What a design. Okay. So now that's happened. Is that, no, okay. Is in fact a solid floor. Okay, so... I really don't love these, like, long stretches of spiky flooring and stuff. A recording device. Someone's personal diary. Qian. It is a noble job being a Dusk Guardian. Our eyes are always open and we never sleep. It is through our sacrifice that you can all have a good night's sleep. We take care of the night. I know there's nothing we can do about it, but it's time everyone learned the truth. There is no elixir to slow down the disease. The Ascension Palace was a total fiction. The Sauls, Igong, everything they promised was a lie. We're just a bunch of cheap lab rats. I mean, at the end of the day, we never deserved to board the island. I remember, Mom, Shanghai 9000. Wait for me. I will save everyone. Every last one of us. Oh yeah? How are you gonna do that? So I'm not feeling very saved right now, is all I'm saying. I did the thing again. I actually went through with the third hit. I just want to detonate one of these heavy explosive ones. There we go. A little bit of efficiency. What are you doing here? Be careful. That's one of Sol Igong's experimental pods. I wouldn't mess with that if I were you. Qian, coordinates inside. The person inside is who you're looking for. A Dusk Guardian. Okay, don't be impulsive. Igong used them for her experiments. She might... Doesn't matter. Qian is Qian. Alive or dead. You, friend. Don't stop me. Wait. Well, we did it. We found you. And I don't... Could you wake up enough to take a swing at me, please? Thank you. Friend photo. A photo of Shanghai 9000 and its Solarian friend was carefully hidden by a Dusk Guardian in their uniform. Well, that is a sad little story amongst the stories. But hey, I like that stuff. I think, like, a lot of the writing in the game, especially the writing in the terminals, is very, like, functional. Still gotta figure out how to get over there. Come around here. Okay. There's definitely some kind of treasure. But, like, the character stuff can be very effective. The character stuff can be, much better. Alright, so it's to the right, drop down, and then go left. Later. Dusk Guardian emergency message. Attention all Dusk Guardians. Due to recent invasion of a large mob of unknown creatures, we are now on high alert. The mutant creatures are extremely aggressive and should be killed on sight. Squad members without arms should head to the armory and pick up some gear as soon as possible. Yan Chi, leader of the 7th Dusk Guardian Brigade. The emergency message can be seen on the screen inside the mission briefing room. Alright, what did that drop? A standard component. And the way to punch that open, I guess, which is worth little to nothing. Somewhere between jack and shit. Alright, so then there's no particular reason, I think, to imagine that we're ever going to get more of an opening with the room in the top left than we have right now. Right? I'm going to go up there and see if the active alert has changed things, or if maybe clearing out the zombies in the area might change things, because we could do that now. Actually, I don't have any zombies chasing me even. But the answer still is no. Man, I sure wish I could just jump through that broken-ass window. Something's going on in there, and it looks interesting. Okay, well, I guess let's just head back to the pavilion. Oh. Well, that's inconvenient. Okay. I don't even have any idea how that's reached. Okay, this has also become shuttered. Are we gonna have to walk back to the pavilion? I guess it's not that far. If we can make it to the elevator, which you should definitely use in a life-threatening emergency. You know, there are all those signs, right, in real-life emergencies about not doing exactly that thing, but also real life has, like, very few reasonably tested zombie protocols. That second one did not hit me. Come on now. Wait, is it not? Oh, it's beyond the fucking thing. Okay, well, I mean, I could try to jam myself in. Oh, that's. Let's get out of the way. We can see if the shipping thing is still open. That gets me out of the region at least, and hopefully we can just use the teleporter from a different region. Or honestly, now that we're out of the region, it might not be that hard to run to the entrance of the pavilion from here. Right, because this is the central transport hub. Well, let's see about making it to the node. Okay, so yeah, things are fucked up with pink goo. is going to get me to the dock. I do feel like when we go to see our people, something might occur. And saved 3 minutes ago, yeah. I guess I don't need to go see our people. Our doors, the pavilion's right there. Where's the node in here? There isn't one. All right, I guess let's step inside. I was gonna try to like find a place to cut the episode so that we could start with this next time, but you know what? Actually, I can just record the next one right away after this. So I think I am, in fact, going to call this right here. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, it's finally happened. The thing that we all knew was going to happen eventually. The pavilion has come under attack. Something terrible has happened. And when you return, we will step through this doorway and see what it is. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.